Hello.
Gilgamesh, at the moment, who has seen everything how it meant to lands, and will teach about him who experienced all things. Like, a moon granted him to get healthy knowledge of all. He saw the secret, discovered the hidden about information of the time before it was. He went on this journey, pushing himself to exhaustion, but then he was brought to peace. He carved on a stone cell of lost ways and built the wall of Ur-Cave. The wall of the sacred Yana temple, a holy sanctuary, stood against its walls with gleams like copper, and spread its inner wall, the blocks of which none can equal. Take hold of the threshold stone, it dates from ancient times. Go close to the Yana temple, the residence of Ishtar, such as no greater king or man ever equal. Go over the brick structure made of kiln, fired of brick, and do not the seven sages themselves laid out its patterns. 1 league city, 1 league palm gardens, 1 league lowlands, the open area of the Ishtar temple. 3 leagues and the open area of Uruk. Hits the wall enclosures. Find the copper tablet box. Open the its lock of bronze. Undo the fastening of its secret opening. Taking read out from the lattice, Lazu tablet how Gilgamesh went through every hardship. Supreme over other kings, lordly appearance, he is the hero born before, boring like a ball. He walks out in front, the leader, and walks at the rear, trusted by his companions. Mighty Met, protector of his people, raging flood wave, who destroys even walls of stone. Offspring of Lubal Banda. Gilgamesh is strong to perfection. Son of August Cow, Rinak Ninsen. Gilgamesh is awesome to perfection. It was he who opened the mountain passage, and there was the flight of the mountain. It was he who passed the oceans, the vast seas to the rising sun, who explored the world, regions, seeking life. It was he who, reached by his own sheer strength, who cannot ascertain far away, who restored the sanctuaries or cities that the flood had destroyed. Foreseeing mankind, who can compare with him with humans, who can say like Gilgamesh, I am he, whose name from the day of his birth was called Gilgamesh. She who returned to the goddess, the one birth in his human, the great goddess Aurora, designed the model for his body. She prepared his form. Beautiful, handsomest of men, perfect. He walks around in the enclosure of Uruk, like a wild bull who makes himself mighty and raised over others. There is no rival who can raise his weapons against him. His fellows stand at the other, attentive to his orders, and none of Uruk became anxious, and Gilgamesh does not leave. A son to his father, day and night, arrogantly. Is Gilgamesh the shepherd of Ur-Cave? Is he the shepherd? Old, eminent, knowing, and wise. Gilgamesh does not leave the girl to her mother, the daughter of the warrior, the bride of the young. The gods kept hearing their complaints, so the gods kept hearing their complaints, so the gods of heavens implored the Lord of Uruk, Anu, who had indeed brought him from being almighty wild bulls and raids. There is no rival who can raise a weapon against him. His fellows stag out like a lord attentive to his orders. Gilgamesh does not leave the others, day and night he arrogantly. Is he the shepherd of Ur-Cave? Is he their shepherd? Old, eminent, knowing, and wise. Gilgamesh does not leave a girl from above. The daughter of the warrior, the bride of the young man, Anu listened to their complaints, and the gods called out to Aurora. It was you, Aurora, who created mankind. God created the Zikri, Shuit, there. Let him be equal to his Gilgamesh's stormy heart. Let them be a match for each other so that Uruk may find peace. And Aurora, heard this, she created within herself the Zikri of Anu. Aurora washed her hands, she pinched off some clay, and threw it into the wilderness. In the wilderness, she created them Incuba. Incuba. Born of silence, and endowed with strength by Nineveh. His whole body was shaggy with hair. He had a full head of hair, like a woman. His locks billowed in confusion like Ashnai. He knew neither female nor settled living, but wore a garment like Sumakan. He ate grasses with the gazelles and jostled at the waterfall with animals. As with animals, this person was lake with near water. A notorious tracker came face to face with him, opposite the waterfall. A first, a second, a third day. He came face to face with him opposite the waterfall. On seeing him, the tracker's face went south with fear, and he, Enkidu, and his animals drew back home. He was rigid with fear, though stock still, his heart pounded in his face framed with color. He was miserable to the core, and his face looked like one who had made a long journey. The traveler addressed his father, saying, Father, a certain fellow has come from the mountains. He is the mightiest in the land. His strength is mighty as a meteorite on the moon. He continually goes over the mountains. He continually tussles at the water places with the animals. He continually promises to recharge the waterfall. I was afraid, so I did not go to him. The spill in the pit side had dug, wrenched out the traps that I had spread. He released on the glass the wild animals. He does not want to make my rounds in the regions. The traveler's father said to him, saying, My son, there lives in Uruk a certain Gilgamesh. There is no one stronger than he. He is a stronger meteorite. So I knew. Go set out to Uruk. Tell Gilgamesh the son of man of light. The woman will overcome the fellow, as if she were strong. When the animals are drinking at the water place, have them take off her robe and expose her sex. When he sees her, he will draw near to her, and the animals who grew up in the wilderness will be alien to it. He heeded the father's advice. The traveler went out to Uruk. He made the journey and stood inside of Uruk, and declared to them, there is a certain fellow who has come from the mountains. He is the mightiest in the land. His strength is mighty as an eagle of a moon. He continually goes over the mountains. He continually jostles at the water place of the animals. He continually plants his feet opposite the water. I was afraid, so I did not go up to him. He filled in the pits that I had dug, wrenched out my trance that I had started. Released from my grasp the water animals. He did not let me make my rounds in the wilderness. Gilgamesh said to the driver, "Have a get off of him, expose your text." When he sees him, he will come under him, and his animals who grew up in the wilderness will be alien to him. The traveler bringing the harlot shall pass with him. They set off the journey, making their right way. On the third day, they arrived at the appointed place, and the traveler and the harlot sat down at their foot. The first day and the second, so they sat opposite the watering hole. The animals arrived and drank at the watering hole, and the wild beasts arrived and slaked their thirst with the water. Then he entered the offside mountains, and each rested the gazelles came to drink at the watering hole with the animals, with the wild beasts, he slaked his thirst with water. Then Shahad saw him, appointed a savage fellow from the depths of the wilderness. That is he, Shahad, the least of the 20 arms, exposed his sex, so he can take him voluptuousness. Do not be restrained, take his energy. When he sees you, he will wander you, spread out your robe so he can lie upon you. I perform for this primitive the task of womankind. His animals who grew up in his wilderness will become alien to him, and his lust will round over you. Shahad unclosed her bosom, exposed her sex, and he took in her voluptuousness. She was not ashamed, but took his energy. She spread out her robe and lay upon her. She performed for the primitive the task of womankind, his lust round over her. For 6 days and 7 nights, Enkidu stayed 4 hours, and had intercourse with the harlot, and so he had sleeping with her charms. But when he turned his attention to his animals, the gazelles saw Enkidu and dashed off. The wild animals distanced themselves from his body. Enkidu is utterly depleted body. His needs wanted to go out, but his animals were rigid. Enkidu was diminished. His running was not as before, but then he drew himself up from his understanding and brought in. Turning around, he sat down at the harlot's feet, gazing into her face. His ears attentive as the harlot spoke. The harlot said to Enkidu, "You are beautiful, Enkidu. You are beautiful, and you become like a god. Why do you gallop around the wilderness with wild beasts? Come, let me bring you the good saving. To the holy temple, the residence of Anu and Ishmael, the place that Gilgamesh, who is wise perfection, but who struck his power, filled the people like a wild ball." For she kept saying and found favor with him, and taught. Thank Gilgamesh, who is wise perfection, but who struck his power, filled the people like a wild ball. I will challenge him. Let me shout out and pull. I am the mighty one. Lead me, and I will change all your things. He who strength is mightiest is the one born in the wilderness. Shout out to Enkidu. Come, let us go, so we may see your place. I will lead you to Gilgamesh. I know where he will be. Look at out, Enkidu. Inside your kingdom, where the people so often stood in finery, where every day is a day for some festival, where the lyre and drum play continually. Where harlots stand about prettily, exuding voluptuousness full of laughter, and on the couch of the night the sheets are spread. Enkidu, you who do not know how to live, I will show you Gilgamesh, a man of extreme feelings. Look at him, gaze at his face. He is handsome and youthful freshness. His entire body exudes voluptuousness. He has mighty strength and you affect evil day and night. Enkidu, it is your wrong God he must change. It is Gilgamesh who shall have loves, and Anu and Layla. Turn the law out and mark his mind, even before we dare to make Gilgamesh and full of dreams about you. Gilgamesh got out and revealed the dream, saying to his mother, "Mother, I had a dream last night. Stars of the sky appeared in some kind of meteorite of a new purity. Fell next to me. I tried to lift it, but it was too mighty for me. I tried to turn it over, but I could not budge it. The land of earth was standing around it. The whole land had a symbol about it. The whole opulence was thronging about it. The men clustered about it and kissed its feet as if it were a little baby. I mounted and embraced it as a wife. I laid it down at your feet, and you made it compete with me." The mother of Gilgamesh, the wise, all knowing, said to the Lord, "Reign son of the wise, all knowing," said to Gilgamesh, "As the stars of the sky appeared and the meteorites of Anu which fell next to you, you tried to lift it, but it was too mighty for you, and you tried to turn it over, but you were unable to budge it. You laid it down at my feet, and I made a puppy of you, and you loved and embraced it as a wife. Then will come to you, mighty man, and a comrade who saves his friend. He is mighty in the land, he is strongest. His strength is mighty as the meteorites of Anu. You love him and embrace him as wife. And let us see who will redeem and save you. No dream is good and prosperous." A second time, Gilgamesh said to his mother, "Mother, I have had another dream. At the gate of my material chamber there lay an axe, and the people had lighted about it. A line of earth was standing around it. The whole land had a symbol about it. The populace was thronging around it. They laid down for me. I loved it and embraced it as a wife, and you made it compete with me. The mother of Gilgamesh, the wise, all-knowing, said to her son, "Bring out my son." The wise, all-knowing said to the Lord, "The axe that you saw is a man of mad. You loved him and embraced as a wife. But then I have compete with you. There will come to you a mighty man, a comrade who saves his friend. He is the wisest of the land. He is the strongest. He is as mighty as the meteorite out of you." Gilgamesh spoke to his mother, saying, "By the command of Enlil, the great counselor," Gilgamesh spoke to his mother, saying, "By the command of Enlil, the great counselor, so they act. When I had a friend and advisor of any advisor that I had, he had interpreted for me the dreams about him. After the harvest, the council of dreams, what they do to them, they what? Tablet 2. I did see some comfort. The next 3 lines are missing. That's my fragmented lines, the third line for food, Pharaoh's old Babylon, or Babylon. Why? His own counsel added instructions. Who knows his heart? Shahad pulled off the clothing and clothed him with one piece. While she clothed herself with the segment, she took forward him, as it does do, and caused him to hunt in the children. The shepherds gathered all around about him. They marveled in themselves. How the youths resemble Gilgamesh, tall in stature, towering up to the elements over the wall. Surely he was born in the mountains. His strength is as mighty as the meteorites out of Anu. They placed down in front of him. They placed beers in front of him. Enkidu knew nothing about eating bread, food, and drinking beer. He had not been taught. The harlot spoke to him, saying, "Eat the food, Enkidu. It is the way one lives. Drink the beer, as is custom of the land." Enkidu ate the food until he was sated. He drank the beer, said in gentleness, and became expansive and sang joy. He was elated, and his face glowed. He Gilgamesh his splashed his shaggy body with water, and rubbed himself with oil, and turned into a human. He put on some clothing and became like a warrior. He took up his weapon and chased the lions, the shepherds to eat. He threatened the wolves and chased the little lions. With Enkidu at his guard, the herders come up now. A wakeful man, single youth, he was twice as tall as normal men. The next 33 lines are missing. The standard version lines 57 through 86 are taken from Old Babylonian. Then he raised his eyes and saw a man. He said to the harlot, Shall how the black man will obey? Why has he come? I will call out his name. The harlot called out to the okay, oops. The harlot called out to the man and went over to him and spoke with him. Man, where are you telling me? Why in this heartless place? The young man spoke, saying to him, They have invited me to the wedding as his president of the people with a selection and rights. I have heaped up his delights for winning on the ceremonial pattern. For the king, Ron Martin Burke, opening in the middle of the people for choosing the world. For Gilgamesh, the king, Ron Martin Burke, opening in the middle of the people for choosing, he will have intercourse with the destined wife, a first husband afterward. This is ordered by the council of me, from the severing of his umbilical cord, it is been destined for him. At the young man's speech, his Enkidu's face flushed with anger. Several lines are missing. Enkidu wife and turns into Shahamat after him. The standard version resumes. He, Enkidu, that is, walked down the street of Uruk-Haven, mighty. He walked away through Uruk the sheepfold. The land of Uruk stood around him, the whole land had assembled about him. The populace was thronging around him. The men were clustered about him, and kissed his feet as if he were a little baby. Suddenly, a handsome young man, for Ishara, the bed of night, marriage is ready. For Gilgamesh asked for a good god, a counterpart, to set up, and to block the entry to the imperial chamber, and would not allow Gilgamesh or Gilgamesh to be brought in. They grappled with each other at the entry of the imperial chamber. In the street, they attacked each other. The public square ran. The doorpost trembled and the wall shook. 42 lines are missing. Lines 103 and 129 are taken from the whole Babylonian version. Gilgamesh bent his knees in his face, and his other foot on the ground. His anger abated, and he turned his chest away. After he turned his chest back, he said to Gilgamesh, "We want for you, and you're unique. The wild cow, the enclosure and wisdom, your head is elevated over other men. And will has destined for you the kingship over the people. 19 lines are missing here. They kissed each other and became friends. All Babylonian becomes fragmentary. Standard version resumes, says, His strength is the mightiest in the land. His strength is as mighty as meteorite. Oh, I knew. The mother of Gilgamesh spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, We're not in son, said to her son, I, Remot, need son. My son, so plaintively. She went up to his Shamash's gateway and plaintively she told, Enkidu has no father or mother. His shaggy hair no one cuts. He was born in the wilderness, no one raised him. Enkidu was standing there and heard the speech. He had sat down and wept. His eyes filled with tears, his arms felt limp, his strength. Enkidu made a declaration to Gilgamesh. 32 lines, isn't it? In order to protect the Cedar Forest, Emily assigned Humababa as terror to human beings. Humababa's roar, his blood, his mouth is fire, and his breath is death. He can hear 100 leagues away enemy wrestling in the forest. Who would go down into the forest and not assign him as a terror to human beings? And whoever goes down into the forest, paralysis will strike. Gilgamesh spoke to him, saying, What say you? 42 lines are missing here. Lines at 228 to 229 came from all Babylonian. Who, my friends, cast them to heavens? Only gods you will break with Shamash. As for human beings, their days are numbered, and whatever they keep charge with you is but wind. Now you are afraid of death. What has become of your bold strength? I will go in front of you, and your mouth will hold out. Go on close, do not be afraid. Should I fall, I will have established my fame. And he said, It is Gilgamesh who looked in battle, Hamababa, the terrible. You were born and raised in the wilderness, while lying leaped upon you, so you have experienced the fall. 5 lines are fragmentary. I will undertake it, and I will cut down the cedar. It is I who has established fall, the pain for eternity. For the fall thereof. Come, my friend, I will bring you to the forge, and have them cast the weapons in our presence, holding to the hand and nothing is the forge. We should fashion the axe. The hatchet should be another talent and big talent. The swords should be 1 talent. Their armor, 1 talent, their armor. Gilgamesh said to the men, Listen to me, men, my friends, listen here. You men of Uruk who know, I want to make myself more mighty, and I will go on a distant journey. I will face my fighting stuff that I've never known. I will set out on the road I've never traveled. Give me the blessings, I will enter the city of Uruk. I will devote myself to the New Year's festival. On the form of the New Year's ceremonies in the New Year's festival will take place, celebrations. They will keep shouting, Hurrah! And his folks of others. But the men of Uruk say to him that he must no longer go to the cedar forest. The journey is not to be made. A man who, the guardian of Cedar Forest, the noble counselors of Uruk, knows and delivered their nights through Gilgamesh. You are known, Gilgamesh, your heart carries you off. You do not know what you are talking about. They pray for you. Humababa's roar is of blood, his mouth is fire, his breath is death. He can hear and you rest him, and his forest 100 leagues away. Who will go down into his forest, who will know even the iggy gods and confront him, in order to keep the cedar safe, and will assign him a terror to human beings. Gilgamesh listened to the statement of the noble counselors. 5 lines missing from chapter 2. Chapter 3. Elders spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, Gilgamesh, do not push off trust and cross your strength. Oh, that's right, but keep a sharp eye out. Make each blow strike and mark. Then the one who goes on ahead seems to combat it. The one who knows the road protects his friend. Let Enkidu go ahead of you. He knows the road to see our forest. He has seen fighting, has experienced the battle. Enkidu will protect the friend. So keep the call out safe. Let your body urge you back to the rise. There are some things we have entrusted the king to you, Enkidu, and on your return, you must entrust the king back to us. Gilgamesh, okay, he said. Come on, my friend. Let us go to Gilgamesh temple. Ninsona, the great queen. Ninsona is wise, all-knowing. She will put in the advisable path at our feet. Taking each other by the hand, Gilgamesh and Enkidu walked into Atlas-Atman, great peace, to Ninsona, the great queen. Gilgamesh arose and went to her. Ninsona, even though I am extraordinarily strong, I must wait up. I think it's a bullet. Ninsona, even though I am extraordinarily strong, I must not travel a long way to where Humaba is. I must face fighting such as I have not known, and I must travel along a road that I have not known. Until the time I go and return, until I reach the sea of forest, until I kill Humaba, the terrible, and eradicate from the land something baneful that Shamash eats. Intercede with Shamash on my behalf. I will kill Humaba and cause Cedar, let there be rejoicing over the land. And I will erect a monument of victory before you. The words of Gilgamesh, her son, grieving Queen Ninsona, heard over and over. Ninsona went into her living quarters. She washed herself with a purity plant. She donned the robe worthy of her body, and she donned the jewels worthy of her chest. She donned under the sash and put on her crown. She sprinkled water from the bowl onto the ground. She went up to the roof. She went up to the roof and set incense in front of Shamash. Aye, she ordered for ignorant cuttings and raised her arms to Shamash. Why have you who's made inflicted a restlessness heart on my son Gilgamesh? Now you have touched him so that he wants to travel. A long ways where Humaba is. He will face fighting such as he has not known, and will travel on a road that he does not know, until he goes away and returns, until he reaches the sea of forest, until he kills Humaba the terrible, and eradicates from the land something painful and made. On the day that you see him on the road, I shall arrive without fear remind you, and command also the watchman of the night. The stars and the night are at your pockets, and she banked up the incense and uttered wonderful words. She called Enkidu and would give him instructions. Enkidu the mighty, you are not of my womb, but now I speak to you along with the sacred votaries of Gilgamesh. The high priestess of holy women, the temple servers, she laid a pendant on Enkidu's neck. A pendant? The high priestess of Tut and the daughter of the gods. I have taken Enkidu. Enkidu to Gilgamesh I have taken. Until he goes and returns, until he reaches the sea of forest, be it a month, be it a year. About 1.1 lines are missing here. The placement of the following fragment is uncertain. The gate to the cedar. Enkidu in the temple of Shamash. And Gilgamesh in Agilma. He made an offering of peasants, the sons of kings. Perhaps some 60 lines are missing here. Enkidu will protect the friend, will keep the comrade safe. Let his body urge him back to the wise. In our assembly, we have entrusted the king to you, and in your return, you must entrust the king back to us. Enkidu spoke to Gilgamesh. My friend, turn back. The road. The last lines are missing. Tablet 4. At 20 leagues, they drove from some food. At 30 leagues, they stopped for the night. Walking 50 leagues in the whole day, a walk of a month and a half. On the third day, they drew near to Lebanon. They dug a well facing Shamash, the setting sun. Gilgamesh climbed up a mountain peak, made a liberation of flower, and said, Mountain, bring me a dream. A favorable message from Shamash. Enkidu prepared a sleeping place for him for the night. A violent wind passed through, so he attached a covering. He made him lie down, and in a circle, they, like rain from the mountain, like Gilgamesh rested his chin on his knees. Sleep that pours over mankind overtook him. In the middle of the night, his sleep came to an end, so he got up and said to his friend, My friend, did you not call out to me? Why did I wake up? Did you not touch me? Why am I so disturbed? Did a dog pass by? Why are my muscles trembling? Enkidu, my friend, I have had a dream, and the dream I had was keeping disturbing. In the mountain gorges, the mountain fell down on me. Us, wet, like flies, he was born in the wilderness. So Enkidu interpreted the dream from his friend. My friend, your dream is favorable. The dream is extremely important, my friend. The mountain which you saw is in the dream is Humaba. It means we will capture Humaba and kill him and throw his corpse into the wasteland. In the morning, there will be a favorable message from Shamash. And at 20 leagues, they rode for some food. At 30 leagues, they stopped for the night. Walking 50 leagues in a whole day. A walk of a month and a half, they dug a well facing Shamash. Gilgamesh climbed up a mountain peak, made a libation of flower, and said, Mountain agree, a favorable message from Shamash. Enkidu prepared a sleeping place for him for the night. A violent wind passed through, so he attached a cover. He made him lie down, and in a circle, they like rain from the mountain. While Gilgamesh rested his chin on his knees, sleep that pours over mankind overtook him. In the middle of the night, his sleep came to an end. So he got up and said to his friend, My friend, did you not call out to me? Why did I wake up? Did you not touch me? Why am I so disturbed? Did a dog pass by? Why are my muscles trembling? Enkidu, my friend, I have had a dream, besides my first dream, a second. And the dream I had, so striking, so disturbing, I was grabbing a wild ball of a locust. With his bellow, he split the ground and a cloud of dust to the sky. I sank to my knees in front of him. The old sight encircled my arm. My tongue hung out. My temples throbbed. He gave me water to drink from his water skin. My friend, the god to whom we go is not the wild boar. He's totally different. The wild boar you saw in Shamash, your protector, invisible piece he holds out hand. The one who gave you water to drink from his water skin is your personal god, who brings honor to you, Rugal. We should join together and do one thing, and deeds such as have never before been done in the land. At 20 leagues, they go from some food. At 30 leagues, they start for the night. Walking 50 leagues in a whole day, a walk of a month and a half. They go well facing Shamash. Gilgamesh climbed up a mountain peak, made a libation of flower, and said, Mountain, bring me a favorable message from Shamash. Enkidu prepared a sleeping place for him that night. A violent wind passed through, so he attached a covering. He made him lie down, and in a circle, daylight ran from the mountain. While Gilgamesh rested his chin on his knees, sleep that pours over mankind overtook him. In the middle of the night, his sleep came to an end. So he got up and said to his friend, My friend, Did you not call out to me? Why did I wake up? Did you not touch me? Why am I so disturbed? Did a god pass by? Why are my muscles trembling? And you, my friend, I have had a third dream, and the dream I had was deeply disturbed. The heavens roared and the earth rumbled, then it became deathly still and darkness loomed. A bolt of lightning cracked, and fire broke out, and where it kept thickening, there reigned death. The white-hot name bent, the fire went out in where, and everything that had been following around turned to ash. Let us go down the pine so we can talk it over. I could have heard the dream that he had presented and said to Gilgamesh, about 40 lines missing here. At 20 leagues they broke for some food. At 30 leagues they stopped for night. Walking 50 leagues in a whole day, a walk of a month and a half, they dug a well facing Shamash. Gilgamesh climbed up on mountain peak, made a libation of flour, and said, Mountain, bring me a dream, a favorable message from Shamash. And to prepare a sleeping place for him for the night, a violent wind passed through, so he attached a covering. He made him lie down in a circle, day like a grain of the mountain, while Gilgamesh rested his chin on his knees. Sleep that pours over mankind overtook him. In the middle of the night, his sleep came to an end. So he got up and said to him, My friend, did you not call out to me? Why did I wake up? Did you not touch me? Why am I so disturbed? And my friend, I had a fourth dream. Why am I muscles trembling? And all the dream I had was deeply disturbing. And at 11 lines missing. He was to his fault, Gilgamesh, and entered to listen to his dream. The dream that you have had is favorable. It is extremely important, my friend. This, Humaba, before it becomes light, he will achieve victory over him. Humaba, against whom we rage. We build and triumph over him. In the morning, there will be a favorable message from Shamash. At 20 leagues, they broke for some food. At 30 leagues, they stopped for the night. Walking 50 leagues in a whole day. A walk of a month and a half, they dug a well facing Shamash. Gilgamesh climbed up a mountain peak, made a libation of fire, and said, Mountain, bring me a dream, a favorable message from Shamash. And did he prepare a sleeping place for him that night? A violent wind passed through, so he attached a covering. He made him lie down in a circle, and there, like the grain of the mountain, while Gilgamesh rested his chin on his knees, sleep and pours over mankind overtook him in the middle of the night. His sleep came to an end, so he went up and said to his friend, My friend, did not call to me. Why did I wake up? Did you not touch me? Why am I so disturbed? Did a god pass by? Why am I so trembling? And to be my friend, I had a fifth dream, and the dream I had was deeply disturbed. His tears were running in the presence of Shamash. What you said in Uruk, be mindful of it. Stand by me. Gilgamesh, the offspring of Uruk, Shamash heard that issue from his mouth, and suddenly a resounding warning sound from the sky. Hurry, stand by him so that the Humabad is not more injured and poised, and does not go down to the thickets and hide. You will not put on his 7 coats of armor. He is wearing the one of whom but has hidden all 6. They Gilgamesh will interview. They lunge at each other like raging wild bulls. And one name he bellowed all over the garden and the forest bellowed. Humabad. On one alone cannot strangers. A slippery path is not feared by 2 people who poke each other twice 3 times. A 3-pillar rope cannot be caught. The mighty lion is close and roll him over. And Hindu spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, As soon as we have gone down into the cedar forest, let us split open the tree and strip of its branches. Let us split open the tree and strip off its branches. Gilgamesh spoke to saying, Why, my friend, we so wretchedly, we have crossed over all the mountains together in front of us before we have cut down the cedar. My friend, who are so experienced in battle, we fighting, you and me must fear death. Let your voice bellow forth like a kettle drum. Let the stiffness in your arms depart. Let the paralysis in your legs go away. Take my hand, my friend, we will go on together. Your heart should burn to do battle. Pay no heed to death. Do not lose heart. The one who watches from the side is a careful man, but the one who walks in front protects him. He saves his homeland, and go to fight in the established frame. And as 2 of them reach the enemy forest, they cut off their talk and stood still. Howling 5. They came up towards him, gazing at the top of the cedar tree, gazing at the entrance of the forest, where Humabad would walk, there was a trail. The road had shaped on the path was excellent. Then they saw the cedar mountain, the realm of the gods, the throne of Bias and Envy. Across the face of the mountain, the cedar brought forth northwest foliage, and showed with good, extreme colours. The 4 bushes were mounted together, the woods were a thicket among the cedars, the boxwood, the forest was surrounded by a ravine filled with wine, and within for 2/3 of that distance, suddenly swords, and after the shoes, the axes were smeared, dagger, and sword alone. Humabad spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, Here is my friend, enemy. Then he spoke to him about saying, Humabad run alone in singers, a slippery path is not feared by 2 people who help each other. Try 3 times, a 3-path rope cannot be cut. The marching line, 2 points can roll every order. Humabad spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, An idiot and a moron should give advice to each other, but you, Gilgamesh, why have you come to me? Give advice unto me, you son of a fish. He is not even know his own father. He will always call people which he wants not to go in his neck. We were so young out time, but you did not give anything. You did not know that you are not really enough to fight. You found the enemy to change. Gilgamesh told him that I will defeat this success to over the door in the water. I told him about space. When he spoke to them, I said, Why, my friend, I'm young and thirsty. I need a hundred. The bells were howling and growing metal. The power is at the will. You must miss. Your feet away. Do not turn your back. Strong me. D-A-D the ground is open, and the feet, as they rope down, the circles now turn on and let them on split. Down on them like falling. Shamash raised up against whom the one who mighty tempest. After them north wind, the east wind, the west wind, moose and wind, trick wind, wolves of bad wind, but no scenario, demon wind, icy wind, storm, and sandstorm. 13 winds raised up against him. 4 that roof, 1 and could not stand after that. Weapons were and reached and Humabad. Humabad buried before his wife, and before his wife himself delivers. You are a young, yet Gilgamesh remembered Gilgamesh, and you also have ruler of the sun. It was as you will Shamash the Lord of the mountain, that you are the Ocean over the hearted forest trees within children, foolish, and let me go. I will dwell with you after the truth. I was looking trees, towards you, staring at me out. Hold on to only more room. You may find an off the door palace and do against the big myself. My friend, who knows? 10 for Idaho, lines are missing. Every Puma sees that our Gilgamesh means that I interview in these. You are trying to move for my force. The rules for you are aware of all the feelings so ordered by enemy. I should not carry you up and kill you, and that very interest you mentions of my forest. I should have banned your flesh, this is the mortar of evil, and the mortar of humanity. Coming to you, you speak so to do, and actually not like, and you get your lesson. My friends who buy down the forest, ground up, ground the show him. You buy the forest, ground up, all rest, and show him. The foot man of God, and all the haters of God, you feel the rage, gets us, and there's another smash and suffer. How good I should on the rock. Lord, who have I heard about 10 hours of sitting listening? The forest. And the denunciations have been made, but you are sitting there like a shepherd, and like a hireling of his mouth, wanting to do unseen is up to speak to Gilgamesh that he stared my life, and he spoke to the Lord. I tried to on the horse, man that killed all rise and destroy him. Before the people call all ears, and about it all readers, and all those that Shamash and Sifar, or not the only term of proclaiming how you must who mother, that 10 more hours of speaking missing. May he not live with longer with the Jew, they you may interview not have any share. Share? More than his friend Gilgamesh. And to do spoke to Gilgamesh then, my friend, one have been talking to you, that you have not been listening to me. You have been listening to the curse of Pumaba, his friend. By his side, they poured out his insides, including his tongue. He jumped. Abundance fell over the mountain, abundance fell over the mountain. They cut through the sea while Gilgamesh cuts down the trees, and Kadu searches through the Mazua, and Kadu the curse of Gilgamesh. My friend, now we have cut down the towering cedar. Usopp scrapes the sky. Make from it a door 72 cubits high and 24 cubits wide. 1 cubit thick in its fixture. Its lower and upper pillars will be out in one piece. Let them carry it in the air, and the Fakis will carry it down. The clearing will rejoice. They tie together and raft, and he steered it, while Gilgamesh held the head of Humaba. Tablet 6. He washed out of his layered hair and turned up his equipment, shaking out his locks down to over his back, throwing off his dirty clothes and putting on heels. He wrapped himself in regal garments and fastened the sash. When Gilgamesh placed his hand on his head, a princess Ishtar raised her eyes to the beauty of Gilgamesh. Come along, Gilgamesh. A princess of Ishtar raised her eyes to the beauty of Gilgamesh. Come along, Gilgamesh. Be you my husband, to me grant your lusciousness. Be you my husband, I will be your wife. I will have harnessed for you a chariot of lapis lazuli and gold, with wheels of gold and horns of electrum. It will be harnessed with my great swarming mountain mules. Come into our house at the fair in Cecilia, and bring upon our house the doorpost, and the throne dies. I'll kiss your feet. Bowed down beneath you will be kings, lords, and princes. The laurel of Lulu people will bring you the produce of the mountains and countryside as tribute. Your she-goats will be their triplets. Your Aries twins. Your donkey under burden will overtake the mule, and your speed of chariot will be quicker to gallop. Your axe at the yoke will have no match. Gilgamesh addressed Princess Ishtar, said, what would I have to give you if I married you? You will need oil or garments for your body. You will lack anything for food or drink. I would gladly feed you food fit for a god. I would gladly give you wine fit for a king. May the streets you kneel. May you be clothed in garments, and may any lusting man marry you. And Odin who dies. A half-boar that keeps out, neither breeze nor blast, a palace that crushes down Bael's warriors, an elephant who devours its own covering, pitch that dragon by hands of its fair, a water stream that soaks its bear through limestone, that bubbles out a stone wall, a battering ram that attracts the enemy line, a shoe that bites its owner's feet. Where are your rings that you keep forever? What is your little shattered bird I went about? Oh, you? See here now, I will recite the list of your lovers. Oh, the shoulder, his hand, Tammuz, the lover of your earliest youth. For him you had ordained lamentations, year upon year. You loved the colorful little shattered bird, and then hit him breaking his wing. So now he stands in the forest crying, my wing, my wing! You loved the supremely mighty lion, yet you dug beforehand 7 and again 7 pits. You loved the sound, fame and mantle, yet you ordained for him the whip, the goad, and the lash, ordained for him to gallop for 7 and 7 hours, ordained for him, broken from the middle waters. You ordained for his mother, Cecilia, to wail continually. You loved the shepherd of the master herder, who continually presented you with bread baking embers, and who daily slaughtered for you a kid. Yet you struck him and turned him into a wolf, so his own shepherds now chase him, and his own dogs snap at his shins. I love Hisholano, your father, Date's gardener, who continually brought you baskets of dates, and brightened you your table daily. You raised your eyes at him, and you went to him, O my Hisholano, let us taste your strength. Stretch out your hand to me and touch our vulva. Hisholano said to you, me? What is it you want from me? Has my mother not baked, and have I not eaten, that I should now eat? Food under contempt and curses? And that alfalfa grass should be my only cover against the cold. As you listened to these words, you set him at turning him into a dwarf, and made him live in the middle of his garden of labors, and made him live in the middle of his garden of labors, and where his Menapu do not go up, nor the pocket of pigs down. It is now me, it is me, Lord, and you will ordain for me as for them. When Ishtar heard this, in fury, she went up into the heavens, going to Anu, her father, and crying, going to her mother, and weeping. Father Gilgamesh has insulted. Father Gilgamesh has insulted me over and over. Gilgamesh has recounted despicable deeds about me, despicable deeds and curses. I knew addressed curses to Tarzan. What is the matter? Was it not with you who provoked King Gilgamesh? So Gilgamesh recounted despicable deeds about you. So Gilgamesh recounted despicable deeds about you. So despicable deeds and curses. Ishtar spoke to her father. Anu said, Father, give me the ball of heaven, so if you can kill Gilgamesh in his dwelling, if you do not give me the ball of heaven, I will knock down the gates of the netherworld. I will knock down the gates of the netherworld. I will smash the doorposts and move the doors back down, and will let the dead go up to eat of the living, and the dead will wound the living. I will address Princess Ishtar said, if you demand the ball of heaven from me, there will be 7 years of empty husks of the land of Uruk. Have you collected grain for the people? Have you made grasses grow for the animals? Ishtar addressed Anu, her father, saying, I have heaped grain in the granaries for the people. I made grasses grow for the animals. In order that they might eat in 7 years of empty husks, I have collected grain for the people. I have made grasses grow for the animals. When Anu heard her words, he placed the morsel of the ball of heaven in her hand. Ishtar laid the ball of heaven down to the earth. When it reached the earth, it climbed down to the Euphrates. At the snort of the ball of heaven, a huge pit opened up, and 100 young men of Uruk fell in. At the second snort, a huge pit opened up, and 200 young men of Uruk fell in. At the third snort, a huge pit opened up, and Enkidu fell in up to his waist. Then Enkidu jumped out and seized the ball of heaven by its horns. The ball shooted his fizzle in front of him. When his thick tail, he formed his belly behind him. Enkidu addressed Gilgamesh, saying, My friend, that we can very bold. How shall we respond? My friend I saw, and my strength I will whip out. I and you must share. I shall grasp the ball. I will fit my hands in front. Between the knife and the horns, and thrust your sword, Enkidu stopped, and hunted down the ball of heaven. He grasped it by the thick of his tail, and held out onto the boat with his hands. While Gilgamesh, like an expert fisher, boldly and surely approached the ball of heaven between the knife and the horns, he thrust his sword, after they had killed the ball of heaven. They ripped out his heart and presented it to Shamash. They withdrew, bowing down humbly to Shamash. Then the brothers sat down together. Ishtar went up into the top of the wall of Uruk-Haven. Cast yourself into the pose of mourning, and hurled her woeful curse. Woe to Gilgamesh, who slandered me with the ball of heaven. When Enkidu had heard this pronouncement of Ishtar, he wrenched out the ball, hind quarter, and flung it in her face. If I could only get at you, I would do the same to you. I would grip his inwards over your arms. Ishtar assembled the Toltec women of lovely locks, joy girls, and harlots, and set them to mourning over the hind quarter of the ball. Gilgamesh summoned all the artisans and craftsmen, all the artisans and hieroglyphics of its forms, each fashioned from 30 unas, lapis of Uzila, 2 fingers, 6 vats of oil, the contents of the tube. He gave as wisdom to his personal god, Ugalanda. He brought the horns and hung them in the bedroom of the family head, Ugalanda. They washed their hands in the Euphrates, and proceeded hand in hand. Striding through the streets of Uruk, the men of Uruk gathered together, staring at him. Gilgamesh said to the palace retainers, Who is the bravest of men? Who is the boldest of men? Gilgamesh is the bravest of men, the boldest of the males. She at whom he flung a hind quarter of the ball of heaven in anger. Ishtar has no one that pleases her in the streets. Ishtar has no one that pleases her in the streets. Gilgamesh held a celebration in his palace. The young men dozed off, sleeping in the couches of the night. Enkidu was sleeping and had a dream. He woke up and revealed his dream to his friend. Tablet 7. My friend, while the great gods and conference, in my dream, Anu, Enlil, and Shamash held a council, and this swept Henley, because they took the ball of heaven, and had also slain Hunreva, the one of them who called up the cedar of the mountain must die, and Enlil said, Let Enkidu die, but Gilgamesh must not die. The sun god of heaven, replied to Galen and Lily, was it not at my command that they killed the ball of heaven in Humabon? Should not now innocent Enkidu die? Then Melody became angry at Shamash, saying, It is you who are responsible, because you traveled daily with them as their friend. Enkidu was lying, sitting in front of Gilgamesh, his tears flowing like canals. He, Gilgamesh, said, Oh brother, dear brother, why are they absolving me instead of my brother? Then Enkidu said, So now must one become a ghost, to sit with the ghost of the dead, to see my dear brother no more. May the trapper not kick and not to free him. May his pocket be slashed, and his wages decrease. May be his share before you. May he not enter, but go out like a vapor, after he had quenched the trapper, to his satisfaction. His heart prompted him to curse Apollo. Come now, Apollo, I am going to decree a fate that will never come to an end for eternity. I will curse you with a great curse, and may my curses overwhelm you suddenly in an instant. May you not be able to make a household, and not be able to love a child of your own. May you not dwell in the day of mirrors. May dregs of beer stain your beautiful lap. May a drunk soil your festival robe will vomit. Beautiful Total Potter, may you never acquire anything of bright alabaster. May the judge may shine with silver, and his delight not be cast into your house. May a household be your home. May a wayside be your sleeping place. May the city will be your first stand. May the thorns and briars stain your feet, and may both the drunk and dry slap on you on the cheek. In your city's streets, may owls nest in the cracks of your walls. May no parties take place. Present? and you're supposed to be black. Maybe his because of me? Well, I blame you have against me when Shamash heard that his mouth had uttered. He suddenly called out to him from the sky, Enkidu, why are you cursing the harlot Shamash? She who fed you bread of fish for a god, she who gave you wine before a king, she who dressed you in grand garments, and she who allowed you to make beautiful Gilgamesh your comrade. Now Gilgamesh is your beloved brother friend. He will have you lie on grand couch, and he will lie you on couch of honor. He will seek you in the seat of ease, and seek as his left, so the princess of the world to peace. He will have people of earth go into the mountain in the morning, mourning over you, and will fill the happy people with food over you, and after you, the dawn will skin lying among the ruins. As soon as Enkidu heard the words of Shamash, his agitated heart grew calm and his head anger abated. Come, Shamash, I will decrease fate for you. Let your mouth, which has cursed you, now turn to bless you. May governors and nobles love you, as I love you. May he who is one lead is always away bite his lip in anticipation of you. May he who is two leads away shake his locks in preparation. May the soldier not refuse you, but undo his buckle for you. May he give you rock crystal, lapis lazuli, and gold. May his gift you rock crystal, lapis lazuli, and gold. May his gift to you bear earrings of furry. May his gift to you, may his supplies be heaped up. May he bring you into the of the gods. May the wife, the mother, set of children be abandoned because of you. And be children lying like so alone. He spoke everything he felt, saying to his friend, listen, my friend, to the dream that I had last night, the heavens cried out, and the earth replied, and I was standing between them, and there appeared a man about this face, his inward, the hand drew, and his hands were the paws of a lion, his nails the talons of an eagle. He seized me by my hair and overpowered me, and I struck him a blow with his stick about like a donkey rope, and then he stuck me out of the cap of his eyes, casting me like a rat, and trampled me on him, me like a wild ball. He encircled my whole body like that. Help me, my friend, I cried, but you did not rescue me. You were afraid and enough. Then he turned me into a dove, so that my arms were feathered like a bird. Seizing me, he threw me down to the house of darkness, the road of the cow, to the house where those who entered do not come out. The law of the road of no returns, to the house where those who will use without clay, nor dirt use they drink, that food is of clay, nor like a bird, they will vomit a bird, and light cannot be seen, they dwell in the dark. And the comfortable and both there like dust, on entering the house of dust. Everywhere I looked, there were royal crowns, gathered in heaps. Everywhere I listened, it was the bearers of crowns, who in the past had ruled the land. But he now served anew and told, took meats, served confessions, and pulled the water from baptisms. In the house of dust where I entered, there sat the high priest and the acolyte. There sat the purification priest and the stag. There sat the anointing priest of the great gods. There sat the Tana. There sat Ayurashakira, and from another room. There was three story from the words of the water, which was all the college and she was reading out the Irish of God, or she knows something, and later told me, who the house taken this man, 51 songs in here, who was full of everything. And about not all what I went through with you, what fun, how's hard to clean, a cold still, the very few had to clean, painful, and you could not rise down the first day, or second day, I think in his bed, of the third day, or fourth day, I think in his bed, of fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, I think in his bed. And eighth, and ninth, and tenth, and entered into his bed, and these those drew of the list, and drew off from his bed, and called out to Gilgamesh. My friend, preaching, while he talked with me in Guru, as I was afraid and guarded encouragement, my friend who served me, and Marvel has not abandoned me, I and you, about 29 songs in. After his voices, he washed his nose, like how he moaned, making up in hope in death, proclaimed to morning, who was good, I will walk him, I at his side. And eat. Just as they began to jump, Gilgamesh dressed his friend's hand, and the mother gazelle, and like the water, one of them under you, poured down as his race, beyond the milk, and the birds toss you all the grazing lands, may the birds anchor you to the forest morning, and not fall silent like a day, may the elders of the Red Sea of the morning, may the people who gave their blessings after us morning, may the men of the mountains and hills morning, may the pastures lands shrieking morning, as if it were their mother, may the cypress leaders, which were who destroyed and out in the morning, may the bear, hyena, the tiger, the water buffalo, jackal, lion, yellow, bolt, stag, ibex, all the creatures of the plains morning, may the holy river, Raja, along whose banks we Van Leo used his law, morning you made here in things to which we would live at rain, water from Philosophies, morning you made the men of Wood, who highly had sought in battle, whom we killed the ball of heaven, morning may the farmer who extols your name in his sweet works on morning, may the one city who exalted your name morning, may the herder who prepared water and night beer for your mouth morning, may you put urchins on your back morning, may you prepare your fine beer for mouth morning, may the harlots you love yourself with all your faith, good morning, may you thy voice hovering on you morning, may the brothers go into morning over you like sisters, the lamentations, please, may their hair be shorn off your path, and do the mother and the father on the wastelands. I know you. Hear me, others who hear me, O men. I mourn for Enkidu, my friend. I shriek in anguish like a mourner. your axe at my side, so trusty at my hand, your sword at my waist, shield in front of me. You, a festival garment, sashed over my loins, an evil demon appeared and took your away from me. My friend Swift Meal, sweet wild ass of the mountain. Panther of the wilderness, and dear my friend, the Swift Meal, sweet wild ass of the mountain, Panther of the wilderness. After we had joined together and went up into the mountain, off the wall, and restored it over the mountains, on the seas, the great forest, the cedar forest. You have turned dark and do not hear me. But his incredulous eyes do not move. He was touched his heart, but it speaks no longer. He covered his friend's face like a bride, and he stood covering the friend's face like a bride, swooping down over him like an eagle. And like the lion's tired of her cubs, he keeps pacing to and fro, and sheds, and keeps pacing to and fro, and he hears out his curls, and then on the ground, ripping off his finery and casting it away into his abomination. Just as day began to dawn, Gilgamesh issued to call the lion. You blacksmith, you lapidary, you coppersmith, you goldsmith, you jeweler, create a friend, fashion a statue of him. You fashion a statue of his friend. His ligatures, his sutures, your feet, your chest. You will be of lapis lazuli, your skin will be of gold, 10 lines on the figure. I had you recline on your great couch, indeed on the couch of honor. I let you recline. I had you set on the position of ease. The seat that allowed to serve you amidst this golden kiss of me. I had the people birth on and love for you. I filled happy people with love over you. And after you died, I let the filthy mat of hair grow over my body and goes to swim over the line in the wilderness. Just as day began to dawn, he undid his straps. I, Carla Young, 85 lines are missing here. To my friend, your dagger. To baby. To bye bye. To the bye baby. 40 lines are missing here. The dirt of the unwealthy, when the movement shoulders, there's a groove of the river, the creation. Just as the days began to dawn, the weeks opened, with water filled up the table, scissors all wood, and I found a little ball. You flew the funny, calling little ball, you flew the funny, I like this guy's a little ball, you flew the proper. You flew ready, I've just made a pitch, a walk, Shabbat. All of the last column, some 450 lines are missing. Cabbage line, all his friend, even Gilgamesh was literally to rolling wilderness. Unmoved by, I'm not like you. Deep silence can take my core. But fear death, and now roam the wilderness. I will search out for you and passion so we get my rapidity, and I will go up this ash. When I am arrived up to mountain passes at nightfall, I saw winds, and I was told, there is no proof compared to the great lady of the gods' specifications called for. Say on. He is sleeping in light like a walk, stop of dream, or will, in dream light, he raised his axe in hand, and dreamed about the tree. He fell to Mrs. like an arrow. He struck and scattered them with the name of order. The name of the saint. 26 lines on this here. 10 beginning place. The scorpion means the mountain is called Katu, the image not Katu. These are the daily gardens, the rising and the setting of the sun above which only the delicate petals reaches, new flight reaches as far as the netherworld below. The Philippine beings watching over its gate turn in terror. My name, sad, excited, and in depth are hiding over the sweeps over the mountains. Recognizing, setting they watch over the sun, and Gilgamesh saw them turn in terror above his face, they pulled himself together and drew near to them. The scorpion being called out to his female. He who comes to us, his body the flesh of gods. The second being his female, and to him. Only two praise of him as a god, but as human. The male scorpion being called out, says the offspring of the gods. Why have you traveled so you just hit the journey like they do? Or why have you come here to me, O rivers whose crossings treacherous? I want to learn 16 lines of missing here. I'm the human still interested. Oh, come on, count my ancestor, who joined us in way of the gods, and I was given eternal life. The scorpion being spoke to Gilgamesh, said, yes, that is Gilgamesh, good man, good leader. Now I have crossed the mountains, the mountains, to the darkness of the rat, depths of the darkness, and back to the sun, to the rising of the sun, to the setting of the sun, to the setting of the sun, they caused the rat. 67 lines are missing in which Gilgamesh convinces the scorpion being to wild and hefty. Through its being deep sadness and pain and cold heart, the whole heat, gasping out after breath, I will go on. Now open the gate. The scorpion being spoken to him and said, go on, Gilgamesh, your lord. The last all mountains, we lay, the mountains and the ranges, the rich earth, insanity, nature, the mountain of the mountain, the grip of the mountain, and rising in the sun, and that's how I call 57 lines on the same which Gilgamesh convinces the scorpion being to allow him passage. Through its being deep sadness and pain, the whole heat gasping after breath, I will go on. Now open the gate. The scorpion being began to approach Gilgamesh and said, go on, Gilgamesh, dear God. Natural mountains, higher, clear, in the mountains, the mattress, the retrobars, insanity, chaotic, very low, since Gilgamesh thought he had the utterances of scorpion being along the road of the sun, hell, he journeyed. One of the lady traveled in tanks of the darkness, a light there has none, neither that what lies ahead nor behind it does it allow him to see. 2 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, a light there was none, neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 22 lines are missing here. 4 leagues he traveled, Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. I leads he traveled. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither that what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 6 leagues he traveled. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 7 leagues he traveled. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 8 leagues he traveled and cried. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 9 leagues he traveled, the Northmen. It looked his face. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 10 leagues he traveled is near. 4 leagues. 11 leagues he traveled, and camped out before the sun rises. 12 leagues he traveled, and it grew brilliant. His bears not his lose all as the foliage bearing fruit of light to look upon. 25 lines are missing here, describing the garden in detail. Cedar, agate, of the sea, lapis lazuli, like thorns and briars, carnelian, rubies, hematite, like emeralds of the sea. Gilgamesh, on walking on, raised his eyes and saw. I have come on account of my ancestor who had such a blessing. He joined us from way of the gods, and I was given eternal life. The scorpion being spoke to Gilgamesh. The scorpion being spoke to Gilgamesh. Never has there been Gilgamesh.
Coming!
No one has crossed through the mountains. There's mountains. It is dark as the rat, dense as the darkness, and black there is none. To the rising of the sun, to the setting of the sun, to the setting of the sun, they call us the rat.
The 7 lines are missing, and the Gilgamesh releases the scorpion being loud and passionate. Through its in deep sadness and pain and cold heart. The horse heat, gasping now with every breath, I will go on. Now open the gate. The scorpion being spoken to saying,
go on, Gilgamesh, we are going. The last all oceans, all freely, the mountains and the ranges, the rich on earth, insanity, measure, the mountains and the mountains, the great from the mountains, and rising in the sun, and that's all I call
If he said a mind missing English, Gilgamesh convinces the scorpion being to loud and passage. Through its being deep sadness and pain, and cold heat gasping after breath, I will go on. Now open the gate. The scorpion being began to stretch Gilgamesh saying,
go on, Gilgamesh, here. Natural gardens, higher, in the mountains, the mattress, the rivers, insanity, chaotic, very little, all for.
It seems Gilgamesh, but he had the utterances of the scorpion being. Along the road of the sun, hell, he don't journey. One of the league he traveled, the dense of the darkness, the light there has none. Neither that what lies ahead nor behind it does it allow him to see. 2 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, the light there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 22 lines are missing here. 4 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 5 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither that what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 6 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 7 leagues he traveled, dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 8 leagues he traveled and cried, dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 9 leagues he traveled, the Northmen. It looked his face. Dense was the darkness, like there was none. Neither what lies ahead nor behind does it allow him to see. 10 leagues he traveled is near. 4 leagues. 11 leagues he traveled, and came out before the sun rises. 12 leagues he traveled, and it grew brilliant. It bears not his lose all as the foliage bearing fruit of light to look upon. 25 lines are missing here, describing the garden in detail. Cedar, agate, of the sea, lapis lazuli, like thorns and briars, carnelian, rubies, hematite, like emeralds of the sea. Gilgamesh, on walking on, raised his eyes and saw. The tavern keeper Shibiri, who lives by the seashore, she lives. The hot sand was made for her. The golden fermenting vat was made for her. She is covered with a veil. Gilgamesh was roving about, wearing his skin, having the flesh of the gods in his body, but sadness deep within him. Looking like one who has been traveling a long distance, the tavern keeper was gazing off into the distance. Puzzling to herself, she said, wondering to herself, that fellow is surely a murderer. Where is he heading? As soon as the tavern keeper saw her, she bolted her door, bolted her gate, bolted the lock, but on noise Gilgamesh picked up his ears, lifted his chin to look about it, and then leave his eyes on her. Gilgamesh spoke to the tavern keeper, saying, Tavern keeper, what have you seen that made you bolt your door, bolt your gate, bolt the lock? If you do not let me in, I will break your door and smash the lock. Gilgamesh, the tavern keeper Saburi, who lives on the seashore, she lives. The hot sand was made for her, the golden fermenting vat was made for her. She is covered with a veil. Gilgamesh was roving about, wearing his skin, having the flesh of the gods in his body, but sadness deep within him. Looking like one who has been traveling a long distance, the tavern keeper was gazing off into the distance. Puzzling to herself, she said, wondering to herself, that fellow is surely a murderer. Where is he heading? As soon as the tavern keeper saw him, she bolted her door, bolted her gate, bolted the lock. But at the noise, Gilgamesh pricked up his ears, lifted his chin to look about, and then laid his eyes on her. Gilgamesh spoke to the tavern keeper, saying, Tavern keeper, what have you seen that made you bolt your door, bolt your gate, bolt the lock? If you do not let me in, I will break your door and smash the lock. The wilderness. Gilgamesh, gate. Gilgamesh said to tavern keeper, I am Gilgamesh. I played on you. I destroyed Mother, who lived in the cedar forest. I slew lions and mountain houses. I grappled with the ball that came down from heaven and killed him. The tavern keeper spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, If I go, I should kill the car and destroys from the body within the forest, who still lies and has a back with the ball, I came down the head and killing. Why are your cheeks hesitated, your expression desolate? Why is your heart so wretched, your features so haggard? Why is there such sadness deep within you? Why do you look like one who has been traveling a long distance, so that ice and heat have seared your face? Do you know the wilderness? Thank you. Gilgamesh spoke to her, to the tavern keeper. He said, Tavern keeper, should not my cheeks be amazed and acting, whatever? Should my heart not be wretched, my features not haggard? Should there not be sadness deep within me? Should I not look like one who has been traveling a long distance? Tavern keeper, should not my cheeks be emancipated? Should my heart not be wretched, my features not haggard? Should there not be sadness deep within me? Should I not look like one who has been traveling a long distance? And should ice and heat not have seared my face? Should I not run the wilderness? My friend of the wild ass who chased the wild donkey panther of the wilderness, and the wild ass who chased the wild donkey panther of the wilderness. He joined together and went up to mount. He battled with and killed the ball of heaven. We destroyed him the rock. We lived in cedar forest. We slew lions in the mountain passes. My friend whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship with me, and to whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship with me. The fate of mankind was overtaken. The fate of mankind was overtaken. And 6 days and 7 nights I mourned him, and would not allow him to be buried until a maggot fell out of his nose. I was terrified of his appearance. I began to fear death, and so roamed the wilderness. The issue of my friend oppresses me. So I have been roaming along trails through the wilderness. The issue of interview my friend oppresses me. So I have been roaming along the roads through the wilderness. How can I stay silent? How can one be still? My friend whom I have loved has turned to clay. Am I not like him? Will I lie down, never get up again? Gilgamesh spoke to the tavern keeper, saying, So now, tavern keeper, what is the way of the impassibility? What are his markers? Give them to me. Give me the markers. If it is not possible, I will cross the sea. If not, I will roam through the wilderness. The tavern keeper spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, There has never been, Gilgamesh, any passage whatever. There has never been any since the days of you who crossed the sea. The only one who crosses the sea is Gilgamesh Shamash, except for him who can cross. The crossing is difficult. Its waves are treacherous, and in between the waters of death a barrier approaches, and even if Gilgamesh should cross the sea, when you reach the waters of death, what would you do? Gilgamesh, over there is Ur-Shaddai, the third man of Lucas such as in him, whose stone things are with him, and he is in the woods taking mint. Go on and let him see your face. If possible, cross it with him. If not, you should turn back. When Gilgamesh heard this, he raised the axe in his hand, drew the dagger from his belt, and sent it stealthily away after them. Like an arrow, he fell among them, the stone things. From the middle of the woods, their noise could be heard. Ur-Shaddai, the sharp-eyed, saw. When he heard the axe, he ran toward it. He struck his head, Gilgamesh, he clapped his hands, his chest. All the stone things about waters of death, the broad sea, and the waters of death in the river, the boat on the shore. Gilgamesh spoke to Ur-Shaddai, the ferryman. You, Ur-Shaddai, spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, Why are your cheeks emancipated or emaciated? Your expression desolate. Why is your heart so wretched, your features so haggard? Why is there such sadness within you? Why do you look like the one who has been traveling a long distance, so that ice and heat have seared your face? Why you roam the wilderness? Gilgamesh spoke to Ur-Shaddai, saying, Ur-Shaddai, should not my cheeks be emancipated, my expression desolate? Should my heart not be wretched, my features not haggard? Should there not be sadness deep within me? Should I not look like one who has been traveling a long distance? And should ice and heat not have seared my face? Should I not roam the wilderness? My friend should chase the wild asses in the mountain and panther in the wilderness. And could you, my friend, who chased wild asses in the mountain and panther in the wilderness? We joined together and went up to the mountain. We grappled with one killed the ball of heaven. We destroyed the Hemlock root bound in the cedar forest. We slew lions in the mountain passes, my friend, whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship of me. And to my friend, whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship with me, the fate that mankind has overtaken him 6 days and 7 nights. I mourned over him, and would not allow him to be buried until a maggot fell out of his nose. I was terrified by his appearance. I began to react so around the wilderness. The issue of my friend oppresses me, so I've been roaming along trails through the wilderness. The issue makes me my friend oppresses me, so I've been roaming along the roads of the wilderness. How can I stay silent? How can I be still? My friend whom I love has turned to clay, and my friend whom I have loved has turned to clay. And I like him while I lie down, never to get up again. Gilgamesh spoke to Ur-Shaddai, saying, Now Ur-Shaddai, what is the way that Lucas attached them? What are its markers? Give them to me. Give me markers if possible. It will cross the sea. If not, I will roam through the wilderness. Ur-Shaddai came to Gilgamesh. Here's your hands, Gilgamesh, after the crossing. You have smashed the stone things. You have pulled out their retaining ropes. The stone things have been smashed. Their retaining ropes pulled out. Gilgamesh placed the axe in their hand, go down into the woods, and cut down 300 hunting poles, and each 60 cubits in length, split them attached fast, and bring them to the boat. When Gilgamesh heard this, he took out the axe in his hand and drew the dagger from his belt and went down into the woods and cut 300 hunting poles, each 60 cubits in length. He struck them with attached straps and brought them to the boat. Gilgamesh and Ur-Shaddai raided bearded the boat. Gilgamesh watched them out of the boat, and they sailed away. On the third day, they traveled a stretch of a mouth and a path, and Ur-Shaddai arrived at the waters of death. Ur-Shaddai, Gilgamesh, pulled back Gilgamesh, and take out hunting roll. And must not pass over the waters of death. Take a second Gilgamesh, a third and a fourth fall. Take a fifth Gilgamesh, a sixth and seventh fall. Take an eighth Gilgamesh, a ninth and a tenth fall. Take 11 Gilgamesh, and the 12th fall. And twice 60 rods, Gilgamesh had used out the hunting poles. Then he loosened his waist cloth, for Gilgamesh was strapped off his bower, and pulled it on the mast with his arms, researched them, with gazing off into the distance. Wondering to himself, he said, wondering to himself, why are the stone things of the boat smashed to pieces? Why are the stone things of the boat smashed to pieces? And why is someone who is not master of sailing on it? And why is someone who is not master sailing on it? The one who is coming is not a man of mine. I keep looking, but none. I keep looking, but none. I keep looking. Lines are missing here. Who did this and said, Gilgamesh, why are your cheeks emancipated, your expression desolate? Why is your heart so wretched, your features so haggard? Why is there such sadness within you? Why do you look like one who has been traveling a long distance so that ice and heat has to your face? You know Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh spoke to the pastor and said, should not my cheeks be emaciated, my expression desolate? Should my heart not be wretched, my features not haggard? Should there not be sadness even within me? Should I not look like one who has been traveling a long distance, and should I simply not have seen my face? Should I not know the wilderness? My friend who has chased his wild asses in the mountain and the wilderness. And to be my friend who chased his wild asses in the mountain and the wilderness. We joined together and we went up to the mountain. We grappled with and killed a bald head. We destroyed whom about the blood and see the voice. We slew lions in the lion in the mountain's fastest. My friend whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship with me, anchored in my friend whom I love deeply, who went through every hardship with me, affected my time as we were taken 6 days and 7 nights I wondered and not all often buried in all night, fell on his nose, I was terrified by the appearance, I began to fear death, and so roamed the wilderness. They shoot my friend at me, so I have been roaming long trails through the wilderness, they should impede my friend at me, so I have been roaming long roads through the wilderness. How can I stay silent? How can I be still? My friend whom I love has turned clay. Look at my friend whom I love has become clay. I am not like him. Will I lie down, never to get out again? Gilgamesh spoke to Lieutenant Atlas-Atman, saying, that is why I must go on to see Lieutenant Atlas-Atman, whom they hold far away. I went circling through all the mountains. I traversed the treacherous mountains and crossed all the sea. That is why. Sweet sleep has not billowed my face. Through the sleepless striving, I am strained. My muscles are filled with pain. I had not yet reached the town in Keeper's area before my clothing gave out. I killed a bear, hyena, lion, panther, tiger, stag, red stag, and beast of wilderness. I ate their meat and wrapped their skins around me. The gates of grief must be bolted shut, sealed with pitch and bitumen. As for me dancing, only unfortunate, it will root out. Atlas-Atman spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, why Gilgamesh do you use sadness? You who were created from the flesh of God and mankind, who made like your father and mother, how you ever Gilgamesh to the fool? They placed a train in the assembly, to the fool they gave the beer drinks instead of water, rhyme and sheep flour, which like cloth like a long cloth like in place of sash, because he does not have words of counsel. Take care about it, Gilgamesh. Their master's sin. Eclipse of the moon, the gods are sleepless. They are troubled and restless. Long ago it has been established, you trouble yourself. Your help is Gilgamesh, the temple of the gods, the temple of the holy gods, the gods, mankind. They took before his faith. You have toiled without cease, and you have bought. For toil you wear yourself out. You fill your body with grief. Your long lifetime you are bringing near to a premature and mankind whose offshot is a snap off of a reed from a keen ring. The fine youth and a lovely girl. Death. Death. No one can see death. No one can see the face of death. No one can hear the voice of death. If there is sanity to death, such makes off mankind. For how long do we build a household? For how long do we seal adopting? For how long do brothers share the inheritance? For how long is there to be jealousy in the land? For how long the river risen and brought it over flowing waters, so that dragonflies drift down the river of the face that contains upon the face of the sun has never existed ever? How alike are the sleeping and the bed. The imp of death cannot be defeated. Yes, you are a human being, a man, after Enlil had pronounced the blessing of Anunnaki, the great God, symbol of Mahamatom, tree who forms a destiny determined destiny with them. They established death in life, but they did not make known the days of death. Tablet 11, the story of the flood. Gilgamesh spoke to Atlas-Atman far away. I have been looking at you, but your appearance is not strange. You are like me. You yourself are not different. You are like me. My mind has resolved to fight with you, but instead my arm lies useless over you. Tell me, how is it that you stand in the assembly of the gods and have found life? Lieutenant Atlas-Atman spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, I will reveal to you, Gilgamesh, a thing that is hidden, a secret of the gods I will tell you, a Shiraka, a city that you shall surely know, a situated on the banks of the Euphrates, that city was very old, and there were gods inside it. The hearts of the great gods moved them to fix the flood. Their father Amun uttered the oath of secrecy. Valent and Eloi was the advisor, Minorita was the chamberlain, Engi was the minister of camels, Ea, the plunder prince, was under oath with them, so he repeated it up to the reed house. Reed house, law, O man of the Shiraka, son of Uruakutu. Tear down that house and build a boat, abandon wealth and seek living beings, steal possessions and keep alive living beings. Make all living beings go up into the boat which you are to build. Its dimensions must measure equal to each other. Its length must correspond to its width. Roof it over like the Apsu. I understand this, spoke my lord. Yeah, my lord, thus is the command which you have uttered. I will heed and will do. But what shall I answer the city, the populace, and the elders? Yeah, spoke, commanding me to serve you well, and this is what you must say to them. It appears that Emily was rejecting me, so I cannot reside in the city, nor set foot on Emily's earth. I will demand the Apsu to live with my lord Ea, and I will upon you he will rain down abundance, a profusion of fowl and mighty fishes. He will bring you a harvest of wealth, and in the morning he will have like a rose of bread shower down in the rain of wheat. This has bound begun to glow. The land assembled around me. The tyrant carried his hackers, and the green warrior carried his battering stone. At the men the child carried the pitch, the wheat brought the member else is near. On the 5th day I lay out here. It was a field in area, its walls were each 10 times 12 cubits in height. The side of the cloth were of equal length, 10 times its cubit each. I laid out its interior structure and drew a picture of it. I provided it with 6 decks, thus divided it 7 levels. The inside of it divided it into 9 compartments. I drove plugs to keep out water in the middle part. I saw planting of poles and laid in what was necessary. 3 times 3,600 units of raw bitcom I poured into the bitcom kiln. 3 times 3,600 units of pitch into it. There were 3 times 3,600 quarters of husks who carried vegetable oil, apart from the 3,600 units of oil which they consumed, and 2 times 3,600 units of oil which they had built and stored away. I butchered oxen from the meat, and I gave upon day I slaughtered the sheep. I gave the workmen ale, beer, oil, and wine as if it were a river of water, so that they could make a party like the New Year festival. and I set my hand to the oiling. The boat was finished by sunset. The launching was very difficult. They had to keep carrying the red pole straight back until 2/3 of it had gone into the water. Whatever I had, I loaded on it. Whatever silver I had, I loaded on it. Whatever gold I had, I loaded on it. All the living things that I had, I loaded on it. I had all my kit and the kin go up inside the boat. All the beasts and animals of the field and the craftsmen I had to go up. Shashlim, Shamash, had such a station time. And in the morning, I will let roads of bread shower down. And in the evening, over rain a week, go inside the boat. See all the entry. That same started so you could time how wide. In the morning, he let rolls of red shower down. In the evening, rain week, I watched the appearance of the reader. The reader was a friend of behold. I went into the boat, he sealed the entry. For the clothing of both the person around me, the boat in a flying palace, together with its contents, just as dawn began to glow. There arose from the horizon a black cloud, and the rumble inside of it. Before him went the shore, and the Hanish heralds going over mountain and land. Aragal hauled out of the morning poles, forefront, Minrata, and made of the dice overflow. The unlucky, with all their torches, setting the lamp ablaze with their flare, stunned the shock over and added speed. They overtook their heavens and turned to the blackness all that, and their light. The land shattered like a pot, all days like the south wind blew. Rowing fast, submerging the mountain in the water, overwhelming people on an attack. No one could see his solo. They could not recognize each other in the torrent. The gods were frightened by the flood, and retreated and ascended to the heaven of Anu. The gods were cowering like dogs, crouching by the outer wall. Ishtar shrieked like a woman in childbirth. The sweet voiced mistress of gods wailed. The olden days had at last turned to clay, because I said evil things in the symbol of gods. Because I said evil things in the assembly of gods, how could I say evil things in the assembly of gods, ordering the catastrophe to destroy my people? No sooner had I given birth to one of your people than they filled the sea like so many fish. The gods those on the mountain were weeping with her. The gods humbly sat eating, sobbing with grief, their lips burning, parched. The first 6 days and 7 nights came, the waiting for the flood, the storm clattering in the land. When the seventh day arrived, the storm was pounding the flood. It was a war, struggling with itself like a woman writhing in labor. The sea called across the still, and wind and the flood was stopped up. Stooped up, and I looked around all day long. Quiet had set in, and all the human beings had turned to clay. The terrain was as flat as a roof, and I opened the beds and fresh air daylight fell upon the side of my nose. I found 2 knees and sat weeping, tears shooting down the side of my nose. I looked around the coastlines for the expanse of sea, and the 12 leagues therein emerged a region of land on the mountain mesh. The boat launched through, mountain mesh, held the boat allowing us way. 1 day, a second mountain mesh, held the boat allowing us way. A third day, 4th mountain mesh, held the boat allowing us way. A fifth day, a 6th mountain mesh, held the boat allowing us way. When the 7th day arrived, I sent forth a dove and released it. The dove went off, but came back to me. No perch was visible, so it circled back to me. I sent forth a swallow and released it. The swallow went off and came back to me. No perch was visible, so it circled back to me. I sent forth a raven and released it. The raven went off and saw the water circle back. It eats and stretches, it bobs, but does not circle back to me. Then I sent out everything in all directions and sacrificed a sheep. I offered incense in the front of the mountain Zerot. 7 and 7 close vessels I put in place, and in the fire underneath or into the bowls I poured reeds and cedar and myrtle. The gods smelled the savor, the gods smelled the sweet savor. They collected like the flies over a sheep sacrifice. Just then Melody arrived. She lifted up the large flies, beads, and what I had made for his anointment. You gods are as surely as I shall not forget this lattice, I'll still around my neck. May I write all these days and never forget them. The gods that come to the incense offering by Emily, may not come to the incense offering, because without considering, he brought about the flood, and beside my people's annihilation. Just then Emily alive who saw the boat became fierce, and he was filled with rage at the 80 gods. The latter did a little, being escaped. No man has survived annihilation. No one spoke to Valent and Lord saying, who knows what Ea could devise such a thing as Ea, who knows every machination. La spoke to Valent and Lord saying, if you yours, O Valent, one who is the savior gods, how and how could you bring about the flood without consideration? Charge the violation of the violator, charge the offense of the offender, that the compassionate as mankind be cut off. He had to be patient to us, they be killed. Instead of you bringing on the flood, would that a lion had appeared to the midst of people? Instead of you bringing on the flood, would that a wolf had appeared to the midst of people? Instead of you bringing on the flood, would that banner had occurred to slay the land? Instead of you bringing on the flood, would that pestilent era had appeared to ravage the land? It was not I who revealed the secrets of the great gods. I only had made a dream near appear to Arshahassus, and thus he had heard the secrets of the gods. Now then, the liberation should be about him. Emily went out inside the boat and grasping my hand made me go up. He had my wife go up and kneel on my side. He pushed our forehead and saying which must bless us. Previously he accustomed him was a human being, but now he accustomed him as his wife became like us, the gods. Look, we came out to push him, as I far away at the mouth of the rivers. They took us far away and settled us at the mouth of the rivers. Now then, we will remain the gods on your behalf, that you may find the life that you are seeking. He shall lie down for 6 days and 7 nights. Soon as he sat down with his head between his legs, sleep like a fog came upon him. He became slipping, said to his wife, look there, the land that we will to eternal life. Sleep like a fog and blew over him. Because he went away to the city, he set off the way. There was a woman there, the land was haunted, it was perfectly clean. Gilgamesh and Urshanabi drew into the boat. They cast off the right of the boat and sailed away. The wife of him catches up with him. The faraway said to him, Gilgamesh came here exhausted and went out. What can you give him so that he can return to his land with honor? Then Gilgamesh raised a hunting ball and drew the boat to shore. The boat to shore. When Patrick spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, Gilgamesh, you come here exhausted and warm. What can I give you so you can return to your land? Obviously, examining them so absolutely. Full hand he took the point, then would prick his hand with police, they stopped before the night. As soon as they knew how foolish walkers here, Gilgamesh went in and was what can I find this here as a marker for me? I will turn back with the journey by sea and leave the boat by the shore. I quickly believe they broke with some food. I quickly believe they stopped for the night. They arrived at the cave. Gilgamesh said to Urshnabi, the Terra, "Go up, Urshnabi, on the wall, look, and walk around. Examine the foundation inside as a pure work. Clearly, this is not the form of the new structure of kiln, fire, brick, and not the same changes themselves lay on the plan. One big city, one league palm gardens, one league of lowlands, the open area of the shop temple, 3 leagues, and open area of work and encloses.